glorious days, and those were the good old days.
Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. Let me take you back and tell you a story about Lawson's / Dairy Mart. Lawson store / Dairy Mart, if you will. In 1939, I'll take a little bit of research here, which I normally don't do in memory lane, but for this particular video, I'm going to. In 1939, J.J. Lawson started a store, a Lawson store, if you will, in Cuyahoga Falls, which is near the Akron, Ohio area. And he basically, he basically done it to sell his milk, And the Lawson stores, the chain grew primarily in Ohio. And in 1959, Consolidated Foods bought out Lawson's, and they ended up changing it to Sara Lee in '85, and then after that, it was changed to Dairy Mart. Now I remember when it was Dairy Mart. There were two locations around in the Massillon, Ohio area, where and the one location was on Erie Street South and Edwin Avenue Southeast. That was right across the street, if you will, from South Erie Market and South Erie Pizza. Now, today, that location or that particular building and stuff in general is called Charlie Brown Catering. Now, granted, like I said, we're talking South Erie and we're talking Edwin Avenue Southeast. Now, right over up after South Erie is Old 21, if you will, Route 21, which is one of the big main highways, if you will, that runs through Massillon and the Massillon, Navarre area, and just basically runs. It's Route 21. It's a big highway, if you will. Anyway, nonetheless, we're talking Lawson's store again. And like I said, in 1985, Lawson's grew to Dairy Mart. Now, I knew it as Dairy Mart, so I really didn't know much of it as Lawson's. But the other location, besides, like I said, today, that's Charlie Brown's Catering near Massillon, Ohio. They were on Edwin Avenue in South Erie. There was another location in Perry Heights area, if you will. They're in Lincoln Way East, Perry Heights area. But right behind it was the Green Acres housing addition, if you will, for low-income housing and stuff. Anyway, nonetheless, the Dairy Marts, and like I said, I believe there's one in, well, those are the two I remember anyway from Massillon, and I believe there was one in Strasburg, Ohio, as well. But anyway, nonetheless, these chains, if you will, this chain of stores from the Lawson stores and Dairy Marts were only primarily in Ohio. I went into Dairy Marts, got chips and, like I said, Hostess and stuff like that. Of course, Hostess is not around anymore. But anyway, I went and got the Hostess and stuff like that. Pop, got their sub sandwiches, big sub sandwiches. I mean, their sub sandwiches were awesome. Ham and cheese subs, stuff like that. They had ham and cheese subs. They had bologna and cheese subs. I mean, they had just all kinds of subs in general, but there was nothing like the chip dip. I'm talking Lawson's chip dip. They sold it at Dairy Mart. After Lawson's went out, they sold the chip dip at there at Dairy Mart. And I'm not quite sure exactly what was in that chip dip to make it taste like that, but man, it was just amazing. The chip dip was amazing, and I've never come across chip dip today that they're trying to sell in stores today that compared to it. It was just the taste left left one of them. I mean, it was just amazing taste, and the smell was really good also. But like I said, I never come across chip dip that actually tastes as good as Lawson's did. And like I said, we went in and got subs and went in and we even got some pop. Some of the pop bottles, and of course back then in the day it was all about the 12 ounce or 16 ounce. It wasn't about 20 ounces or 1 liters or 2 liters or anything like that. It was all about the the little 16 ounce bottles of pop, if you will. And we used to got some also some pop from the fountain drinks, which I believe at the time was like 49 or 59 cents plus tax and stuff like that. But like I said, Lawson's store went out, and of course they, like I said, with Sara Lee for a few years, and then they went to go ahead and moved into to become Dairy Mart. And like I said, they were primarily in the Ohio area. That's basically where they were. They're not around today, except for in Japan. They're very big. Lawson's store, if you will, is really big in Japan now. And of course that doesn't have anything to do with us here in the United States, because Lawson's and Dairy Mart, and they're all gone. But I'll never forget the times I got in there and went. And like I said, I was to both stores there. The one on South Erie and Edwin Avenue, and the one up there in Perry Heights on Lincoln Way East. Love the chip dip, man. Love the chip dip. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.